Welcome students of English Honors. This is of third semesters. I welcome students of third semesters. The theme is about your syllabus, and it is something about rape of the lock, not fully about rape of the lock. Why? Because you see that here I am not going to describe rape of the lock and its poet, its writer, Alexander Pope. Rather, I will be discussing mock epic. What is mock epic? What are the mock epic characteristics and all? No. Before entering rape of the lock, it is very, very important to know what is mock epic. And this video is of 2 slides. You must watch the 2 slides completely to understand what is mock epic. Now you see, mock epic, as the name itself signifies, you have to know epic first. Now what is epic? Now these are the epic qualities that you can see in front of your eyes in the slides. Now epic means something like a long narrative poem. In Bengali it can be called Mahakabbo. And when I called epic or Mahakabbo, you must think of Ramayana and Mahabharata. There are also others like Iliad, Odyssey and all these things written by Homer. But I will discuss the qualities of mock heroic poem, or rather heroic poem or epic poem, taking examples from Ramayana and Mahabharata, because I see that you can understand better. Now it is a long narrative poem, epic means, and there are hero and the heroines, and the incident goes on years after years, battles, fights, all the things are going on in epic. Now, if I want to specify what are the characteristics, so these are the characteristics before your eyes in the slides. Number 1 is the invocations. Invocation is a epic tradition, and you see here the writer, when he is going to start his epic, he or she actually asks for help to any divine power, any deities, any gods, and all these things. So this is invocations. In all the epics, we will see a kind of invocations at the very beginning of the epic. Number 2 is a formal statement of theme. Now, what is the formal statement of theme? That is, here the writer, the poet, describes the subject matter of the theme. If you read John Milton's Paradise Lost, you can better understand. The writer, the epic, says what is his subject matter, and then elaborate descriptions of battles, warriors, their weapons. And I am not going to describe these things because you know all this. There are the descriptions of battles, wars, and weapons, and all these things if you think about Mahabharata. And there are also uses of supernatural machineries. Supernatural machinery means supernatural being. You can find this kind of supernatural being in Ramayana, Mahabharata, and also in Iliad and Odyssey. Think about Jatayu, think about Hanuman, all these things you can better understand. Some supernatural powers present there, and they intervene in the main actions. Now there are the journeys, long journeys, hectic journeys on water, down to the underworld. Again, if you know the story of Paradise Lost, you better understand this kind of journey. This is called a kind of epic journey. And there are long discussions about a topic, long conversations. And there we get a kind of boasting speeches of the main hero, who is quite proud of his power and all. So long discussions, you can get the examples from Mahabharata, the discussions between Arjuna and Krishna also. That is called Gita. So there are long descriptions, there are speeches, there are boasting speeches where the hero or the heroine takes pride of his or her power and all. And there is the use of grand and exalted style of the serious epic. That means the style is also grand, the style is also magnificent, the style is also exalted, serious, like the theme. And now there are the epic similes. Now, epic similes are mainly called long-tailed similes. The similes which goes on and on, allusions and allusions. So it is long-tailed similes. If we go to read Homer's Iliad and Odyssey, we can find this kind of similes. Long similes. That is called long-tailed similes. These are the epic similes. And there are the divisions into books and the cantos. So there are many books, not only a simple 1 and 2 books or cantos. And also again in Mahabharata, you know that there are many khandas, or Ramayana, there are many khandas. 7 cantos are like that. So there are the books and there are the cantos. So these are the qualities of an epic. Now epic means, again I am repeating, long narrative poem, and in this long narrative poem we will get the battle, the verse, and also the style is exalted. The style is grand, serious, like the subject matter. So subject matter and the style, both are grand. So this is the epic. Now if we come to mock epic, so what is the definition? You can see the definition is there, and also I have marked some lines, some words with red color. Mock epic is also called mock heroic or heroic comic. Now why? Now come to the definition. It is a long narrative poem written in a mock heroic style. So it is a long narrative poem like the epic poem, but the style is different. Now, again, at the very beginning, just remember that here in the mock epic, the style and also the subject matter, both are different, but they are presented as epic. So it is a mock heroic epic, mock heroic style. That means the heroic qualities of the epic is mocked here. The heroic qualities of the epic are imitated but presented in a mock way, in a mocking way. Because the purpose is to be humorous, intended to be humorous. So humorous, you better understand what is the meaning of the humorous. Comical. And more especially, it is a kind of parody. So it wants to be a parody of the grand style. It imitates the grand style but presented it in a trivial subject. So the subject is trivial. Manner by treating a parody of the epic style, or manner by treating a trivial subject seriously. So this is the main definition. Here, a trivial subjects, a small subjects, not grand subject, not serious subjects, a small subject is treated seriously as an epic. So there is the difference. There is the difference from the real epic. The trivial subject is treated seriously. So, if we want to summarize the qualities of the epic qualities, we can find out that the tone is sarcastic. It is full of irony and all. It is full of humorous. It is a kind of imitation of, but it is a parody. So trivial and the insignificant subject is treated. Like in the Rape of the Lock, as the title implies, here the word rape and the lock is used. So now lock is actually refers to the lock of a woman's hair, and rape is a kind of grand and serious object, a grand and serious things. But it is used in a trivial subject. It is actually juxtaposed. It is juxtaposed. That means it is placed side by side with a trivial subject, that is lock. So when we say rape, it actually refers to a serious crime. But this serious crime is juxtaposed, placed side by side with a trivial subject. So the protagonist with exaggerated heroic qualities such as stupidity, immorality, all these things. Now again, when we will discuss the poem Rape of the Lock, you can understand better. But you can see there is a kind of there are examples of exaggerations. That means all those heroic qualities that we can find out in an epic are used to a trivial subject. For what? For making a kind of, for imitating a kind of a parody, to give us a kind of parody, and it is the tone is humorous, the tone is sarcastic. So this is, or these are the qualities of epic and also the mock epic. I think that you have understand the difference between the two things. Outwardly, both are same, because there the style is also grand, the subject matter also grand in case of epic, but here all these things are present to a trivial subjects. So that's it for today. Now, in our next video, we will introduce the poem Rape of the Lock with a brief discussions of Alexander Pope. Thank you.